Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports, and a very special Peacemaker plus breaking news edition of My Mom's Basement with the professor back joining us. It's Jose Youngs. We got to talk Superman. It's a big Superman week, obviously, and it's been a while since we've had Jose on. Superman and Fantastic Four have both come out in the time since your last appearance, so we'll get into all that today. Jose, how we doing?
I'm great, man. It's been a really good couple of months for just not only superhero movies, but comic books in general. I told myself and my girlfriend I would step back from buying comic books so much. That went out the window in the last 30 days. I think I've been on a bender. Like every week I'm buying 3 or 4 graphic novels. I was just in Manchester for the Misfits. They have their own Forbidden Planet in Manchester.
I saw you posting on your story.
Yeah, I really like it. I don't like it as good as the London one or the New York one, but they had a 3 for 2 sale, and I was like, oh no. So I kind of went hard and paid again. So it's been a good month for comic books for sure.
Retiring from buying comics right now is like, all right, diet starts first week of football. It's like, what are you doing?
I know. I say it, and then like, if you like, I text Robbie a bit too, but like Batman's kind of all over the place right now. So it's like, you really have to keep up with it. You really have to keep up with it to get the full story. So it's been good and bad.
Absolute's been so good. So it's
Fantastic.
like you got all of those to start buying. Yeah, I love that. That's also the nerdiest version of a bender. You're like, I can't stop buying comics.
I know. I go into the store. I'm like, I go, do I need this? I go, no, but I'm still gonna buy it. I'll read this eventually.
Well, before we get into everything, let's remind everyone about Game Time, because they can make your wallet a little more thick. They can save you that money so you could put it into comic books. Shout out Game Time. There's nothing like getting out to a crisp fall night at the ballpark, but trying to get there, usually brutal. You're either stuck in the ticket queue, the prices jump at checkout, you're logged out mid-click. It's all annoying on other ticket sites. Game Time makes it very easy. They're the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. I saw, Jose, you were just at Yankee Stadium, your favorite place in the world, right?
Yeah, it's basically just hell on earth. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like the one game. So we won 3 or 4. The one game I went to, we lost. Roman, I think, struck out 2-3 times. Who's that dork you have that was on the Padres with a mustache that doesn't wear Grisham? He hits 2 homers. And Jazz Chisholm hits 2 homers. I'm like,
he's got 30 this year. It's crazy.
I'm like, if these clowns are going to beat us, then we deserve to lose. Because I can, like, when I went to the Dodgers game at Fenway, I can live with Ohtani just hitting nukes. I can live with that. But the second you start
Grisham in your face,
I'm like, this is literally the worst day of my life right now. I said that.
Well, you gotta go back. You gotta get redemption for that. You go on Game Time, you get some tickets. You maybe go to Fenway, a place you like a little more. You take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MMB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MMB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Shout out Game Time. And football's back, obviously.
That's
3
right.
wild card teams right here. We're just fans of 3 wild card teams. No big deal. $8 bazillion to get 3 wild cards right now.
I know it, right? And Roman's out for the rest of the year, so it's going to be a rough time.
No,
I can't wait for you guys to see my Halloween costume. I'm going to say, I can't wait. You as a wrestling fan and an MLB fan, you guys will love it.
Oh, I could see where that's going then.
Yeah. I think you guys could paint the picture.
Me and Clem got the basement bowl this weekend. Giants Commanders.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big.
You're a Pats guy, Jose?
Packers. Been a Packers fan my entire life. I don't have anything against the Patriots. I grew up obviously in New England, so like I saw all the winning. Patriots fans are very annoying. Jaden Daniels can, as a former Sun Devil, Jaden Daniels can kick rocks. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
He is probably,
I don't know anyone that doesn't like Jaden.
Anyone that went to Arizona State University hates Jaden Daniels because he's
really.
We don't have to get into it, but we lost a whole bunch of recruits and we got fined and we couldn't go to bowl games and everything because Jaden Daniels' mom did a little too many interviews and then he bailed on us and we had to, reap what you sow, and then he goes on to win the Heisman. So He's great. He's unbelievable. He's on one of my fantasy teams. I hope he throws for 1,000 touchdowns and they don't win a game. I hope that happens. And I love the Commanders. My dad lived in DC for 10 years, so I've always kind of like superfluously supported them. I was real bummed when James Daniels went there.
Jose, let me just apologize, since I know Robbie won't do it, for such a terrible person like Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I know, right? Thank you, Clem.
They should suspend him for week 1.
Honestly, you should drug test him every day.
Anyone that listen, we love Jaden, love Mama Daniels. We love them all.
He's very good at football. He is very good at football.
So right off the bat, I want to get your take on Superman, just the actual Superman movie. I also want your mom's take because I know that your mom was the person who got to Superman in the first place. You went back up to Rhode Island to see it with her, right? What was your thoughts on James Gunn's Superman?
I really liked it. There was a lot I expected, mostly what I expected, good and bad. I was hoping, and I did a whole segment on this with our friends over at Submission Radio. Since the DC, like the animated DC, like the Justice League Unlimited, Adventures of Superman, I wish Superman's strength wasn't used to show how strong other people are, because it seems like Superman just gets beat up all the time. Because if you can beat up Superman, you must be strong. And I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Happened to be the case with Luthor and Ultraman and Engineer and everything. So I'm like, that's a bit of a bummer, but as to be expected. But overall, I would say 2 thumbs up. Probably the best one since the Christopher Reeve Superman. I think by far the best Lois Lane we've ever had.
Really good Lois.
Might be the best Luthor. I'm like, it's 1A, 1B with the original because Gene Hackman is great. Kevin Spacey was great too.
Good.
But overall, fantastic. I liked the Justice League or the Justice, whatever they call themselves, the Justice Gang. Overall,
was Guy Gardner? Did he live up to your expectations?
Yeah,
you kind of sold us on Guy Gardner pre-movie.
They nailed everyone. Mr. Terrific was fantastic. I think he obviously stole the show. Hawkgirl was great. I think they nailed everything. The only bummer was honestly Superman not getting to be Superman too much. And I don't like what they did with Jor-El, where he's like,
oh, you don't like the twist?
No, I don't like the twist.
That was fun. Have they done that twist in the comics before?
No, that's very much a Smallville story. Like that comes from Smallville. And James Gunn has noted that he's a fan of it.
He likes it, yeah.
I don't like that, but I can live with it. I thought it was for sure going to be like a fake message that Lex Luthor tampered with, and when they didn't circle back to it, I'm like, did they forget? And then James Gunn was like, oh no, that was real. I'm like, that sucks, but I can live with it.
Are you anti-harem? Are you an anti-harem guy?
That was a weird twist. I did not of everything, because I really liked the Marlon Brando depiction of Krypton in the original ones. I really liked the Russell Crowe Jor-El, seeing the civilization, and I really liked the aesthetics of this Jor-El. But then once they said, I'm like, weird route, but I guess it's a good redemption arc. I don't want the L's to be villains, like Jor-El and Lara, but it's all good. It's all good. I really liked it, and more importantly, my mom effing loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mom never goes to the movie, like doesn't go to the movies, but like we're going. I took the Amtrak up, took her, and she was like, "Oh, this movie's so good!" Like the whole time, she was like locked in. She loved everything about it.
Robbie, you know what we basically just did by getting the Young's opinion on Superman? We took the Lysol or whatever, the Febreze, and we got the KFC. We had KFC
on last week. He hated it.
And I know a lot of people that did hate it, and which is strange because I'm like, it's a Superman movie. Why do you have such deep opinions on it? You know, it's either
also, how do you hate a movie that ends on that note with "show me the footage of my parents," and it's the ends with the punk rocker playing Iggy Pop. Like, oh my god, what an ending to that movie!
I like Superman better than Fantastic Four, honestly, and
I think we did as well.
Yeah, they're very similar. There's a lot of similarities. Like both big baddies at the end lost by getting kicked into a wormhole, like at the end. Yeah, Galactus and Ultraman. Galactus, I think, was such a dork in that movie. He was
really, you didn't like him?
I thought he looked amazing, and the introduction was sick. I wish they introed him on Earth, but then don't show me You have like a tractor beam that can pull in a planet, pull in a ship at warp speed, but then you have to go walk and pick up a baby manually.
That's really something that they didn't really explain. They didn't explain why you had to physically be there on the planet to like pick them up. Yeah.
Don't show me you could live in deep space and pull planets, but then you have to like walk through New York. Very strange. Would
it be quicker to just have the Silver Surfer pick her up while pick Nathaniel up while she's down there already?
Yes. Literally everything would be better. If you are a literal space god, you should not have to physically pick up a child.
What did you think of Silver Surfer, though?
Awesome. I thought she was really, really good. Obviously, that's not the Norrin Rad mainstream one, but I thought they did a fantastic job. I liked everything about. I really enjoyed Fantastic Four. I really enjoyed the science chat, because I think when I think of Fantastic Four, that's really what I think of. Reed Richards just doing science things. I really liked it. I just thought Superman was better.
Jose, tell me if you agree with my take on this. I think both movies were I think I gave them almost like the same grade. Like 3.75 on the ball scale for those keeping track at home. However, I think both of them, they kind of I don't want to say rushed it, but they just had to just get these guys on the chessboard. I think their second movies will be better than the first movies.
100%. And and I really like how neither one was a true origin story. Like they were established heroes by the time that kicked off.
Yeah,
because we don't need any more Superman or Fantastic Four origin, because it's not that interesting, and they're both very similar. So I like both of them.
I've never been so excited to see just words on the screen at the beginning of Superman. Like, all right, thank you guys. Like, I don't need to do this. Nobody needs to do this right now. And I'm sure we're going to get more into the Superman news, but with Fantastic Four, just tell us that whole Doom Nathaniel post credits. Someone theorized that he might have healed him. Like, what do we think? Like, do we not want Doom and Nathaniel in the same room? I feel like that's bad news.
I mean, you don't want Doom, because Nathaniel Richards is like one of the 5 most powerful beings in the world. Like, he can literally do whatever he wants. He can like bend reality. So if he wanted to heal Doom, he probably could. So you don't want, he's basically like a living Infinity Gauntlet. Like that's if you have that, if Doom controls that, like, good luck.
We're fucked. We're all fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
I love them
showing Latveria too. Like the Future Foundation's United Nation type meeting.
Wow.
Where they like show it just the empty chair
a
few times.
I love that.
It's a good tease. What about Paul Walter Hauser, Mole Man? You like him?
Yeah, I thought he was really good, because Mole Man is the first villain in like Fantastic Four 1, so I'm glad they at least stayed true to a little bit, because they haven't really done that a lot, because there's not really a main villain in the first Batman that's like a super villain. Same as Superman. The first Spider-Man issue 1, the villain was Chameleon, so they're certainly never gonna make Chameleon like kick off a Spider-Man movie. So I'm at least glad they had a glimpse of like the OG Jack Kirby Fantastic Four run.
And I mean, we'll get into Superman, like Clem said, huge news, but Spider-Man also shooting right now. The set photos are maybe the coolest thing of all time. The suit looks friggin' amazing. We're getting Punisher and Hulk. What are your hopes or expectations for the new Spider-Man?
I'm hoping, from the photos, that it's. I mean, we could all agree. I think we've all wanted a street level Spider-Man story for a while. I'm all about intergalactic tomfoolery, but Spider-Man is best when he's flipping around New York, doing all kinds of things. I don't know who's the main villain. Do we know yet, or is there theories?
I don't think we know. They keep saying that they're almost like I think they're making the water murky by being like, oh yeah, it might be Scorpion finally coming in. It might be Kingpin involved. It might be this person. It might be that person, and they're just throwing out Mr. Negative. But then they said Mr. Negative's not going to be the villain. So I don't think we really know yet.
Scorpion, I don't think, is a big enough name to carry a movie. Especially the one right after the big Spider-Man with all the Spider-Men. He's a very good like henchman. Kingpin would be sick. Tombstone would be sick.
Vulture?
Tombstone would be real cool.
Vulture would be a Sinister.
Could bring back,
I think Vulture at the end would be pretty cool if you got a little Sinister Six tease. That would be a lot of fun.
It was so weird that they did 5 in the big Spider-Man movie. They were like, there's 5 villains. It's like, why don't you just throw Vulture back in there and make it the Sinister Six against the 3 Spider-Man?
I think, though, because I joked what's the What's the first Spider-Man? Because they all have like there's Far From Home, No Way Home, and then Homecoming's the first one.
Yeah.
So that's the one where. Which one was Vulture introed in? The second one,
that
right?
one, yeah.
The first
Homecoming.
Okay.
First.
So
one, yeah.
that Vulture was basically the Green Goblin. Like,
yeah,
had the cool suit, found out who Spider-Man was. His daughter goes to school. Like, that was the Green Goblin, basically.
Yeah.
And I tweeted, I'm like, Jesse Eisenberg played a really good Riddler, and Michael Keaton played a really good Green Goblin. I liked both of their iterations. Well, his take of Lex Luthor was real bad, Jesse Eisenberg, but like,
yeah,
I think Vulture and Green Goblin were a little too similar. I wanted like a Kraven in there.
Also, like the most iconic shot of Vulture in that movie is him looking in the rear view window when he's like, "Oh yeah, good old Spider-Man," and the light turns green and lights his face up green. Like that's a Green Goblin type
Green
shot
Goblin
for sure.
Shot right there.
Jose, did you? I just want to get your thoughts if you watched it. I don't know if you did. The new Spider-Man that just came. Robbie, what's the name of that one? The cartoon?
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
No, I haven't watched it yet, but Robbie kept me pretty up to date on it. I have it on my queue. Lonnie is in it, right? You were telling me?
Is that Tombstone?
Yeah.
I don't know of Tombstone. And the way they've just made the subtle changes, I dig. And I'm not a diehard Spider-Man guy, but we've been hammered over that with the typical universe. The little changes they make, and I'm really excited for season 2. I think you're going to dig it. That's why I asked.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely been on my I should probably move that up, especially because it's Spider-Man was coming out. But like, Tombstone's sick. He's also played a very he's one of, if not he's like the big baddie in Spider-Man, like in the last couple years. Like really bad.
Pretty
Spider-Man.
Prominently featured in the video games as well.
Yeah, the really bad Spider-Man that rebooted that I've been complaining about for the better part of 3 years. He's like the main guy. He's like one of the main guys.
I hope. Oh fuck! I take it back. You know what? I'm giving the recommendation no matter what. I believe in it.
Tombstone is great. The direction they've taken Spider-Man and Peter Parker was terrible, and I think everyone can agree.
And then, like, I don't know, you guys, I've talked to Robbie about this, but I think, like, the main villain would have to be a Kingpin or someone else. But do you kind of want his weapon to be, like, are you waiting, like we are, for just the unhinged Hulk, and he's just such a problem that he's almost the villain in terms of the physical villain?
Yeah, like the mindless Hulk, that'd be a lot of fun. There's this really cool when the Ultimate comic books popped up back in the early 2000s, there was Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimates, and then there was Ultimate team-ups, and there were single issues of and the best one was Peter Parker or Spider-Man Wolverine. That was the best one. That was issue 1 when Peter Parker, Wolverine, and Sabretooth kind of fight in Times Square. But the Hulk Spider-Man was sick because Hulk is dumb. And he's just like on a rampage, and Spider-Man has to calm him down. So if they took that issue and then kind of combined it with I don't remember the issue, but the Frank Miller Daredevil run, Daredevil has a run with the Hulk, and Hulk just beats the shit out of him. And then Hulk feels bad, and that calms him down because he's like, Daredevil's my friend. And there's an epic shot of Hulk like jumping away crying for beating up his friend. And then that leads to some of the best issues where Matt Murdock is in the hospital and he's having like dreams of his dad because he's like in a coma. It's fantastic. So if they did something like that, that'd be really fun too.
That would work, man, because we got a hell of a Matt Murdock right now too.
And there's an issue when like people forget who the whole like people find out who Spider-Man was when they forget who Spider-Man is, but Hulk doesn't forget. So Banner forgets,
Banner forgets, but Hulk doesn't. Yeah, they gotta recreate that.
You have to.
They have to, because like that's so perfect for right now. Literally, they just did that in the last movie, bringing Hulk in just for that panel of like, Banner forgets, Hulk doesn't forget.
Yeah, fuck it, Robbie. Run with this. Put this on the YouTube thing. Hulk confirmed fighting Spider-Man almost kills Daredevil. Like, let's just.
I would love it. I would love nothing more.
That would be great. And then obviously the big news of the week. James Gunn has announced Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel, or is it? He's kind of saying it's not Superman 2. It's not a Superman sequel. Superman just features very prominently. Very confused about what that necessarily means. But all of the art that they put out is from comic book artists, which I thought was a really cool way to announce it as well. It's Jim Lee drew the image that James Gunn put out of Hulk and Lex in the big purple and green suit that we've been wanting to see in the movies literally forever. Like it's been teased and teased and teased when Man of Steel and Batman v Superman came out, the toys had Lex in the war suit, and everyone's like, that must mean it's in the movie. And then when this movie came out, it had Lex in the war suit, and they were like, that must mean it's in the movie. Finally, James Gunn is like, trust me, I'm giving you the fucking war suit. What do we think this is, Jose? Because if it's not a direct sequel to Superman, but it is prominently featuring Superman, and all the art is Superman and Lex, is there a chance Superman and Lex are teaming up in this movie? Maybe enemies to start, and then they have to team up against a common enemy?
Yeah, that seems to be the prevailing theory. And they've teamed up in the past before. Lex has come around to Superman, and Superman. It's why Superman's amazing. Has always believed in Lex could be good. Like, he always gives him the benefit of the doubt. He's not like Lex Luthor is evil. There was the issue of like when Lex Luthor ran for president and Superman didn't quite trust him when he won president, I should say. But they've teamed up in the past, and I would hope, like, because I've read a couple theories that Lex might be the main. It might be from like the point of view of Lex, which would be kind of fun.
And
Oddly,
Holt could carry that. Like, he was 100%. Amazing.
There was a big. But there's so many routes they could take, and it really depends on who the villain is. Like, who are they teaming up with? Because it should not be Zod. Enough Zod. Doomsday way too soon. Brainiac would make the most sense, or Mxyzptlk. If
Mxyzptlk would be crazy. I mean, James Gunn could make it work. He makes those weird ass characters work.
So the way it would work is, especially because of the name Man of Tomorrow, the Alan Moore comic, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, it's probably one of the 5-10 best Supermans ever, and that bridged like the Silver Age to post-Crisis, when Silver Golden Age had like Superman, Supergirl, like the 30th century Superboy, Super Dog, Super Horse. Like, it was like wacky stuff. And when they wanted to restart, and then John Byrne, I think, is the one that redid the Superman origin from like issue 1. They had to bridge like what happened, where did all these characters go, and Alan Moore wrote it, and it's all this awful stuff is happening to Superman. Like, Bizarro shows up and goes on a rampage and then kills himself, and then like Brainiac takes over Luthor's body. Like, there's like a thing on his head that's controlling him. Like, Mr. Kryptonite Man. So every Superman villain shows up, and then there's like this big battle in the Fortress of Solitude, and like Lana Lang dies. Supergirl has to go back into the future. Krypto dies protecting Superman.
Krypto dies?
Yeah, but he kills Kryptonite Man, and then because he kills Kryptonite Man, the Kryptonite like radiates his body and kills him. And they're just like wiping out all these characters. And then at the end, it's like, why is this all happening? And it's Mxyzptlk is the one like kind of causing mayhem. And then Superman beats him by putting him into the negative zone. And then like he gets ripped in half. And then Superman goes into the gold kryptonite room and takes away his powers. So becomes mortal. So he can live with Lois Lane. So that is
Superman 2 thing.
Yeah, that could be a whole thing, especially because of the title. Is this the actual Lex Luthor, or is it like the All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, Frank quietly drew, where Superman ends up on Bizarro World, and that version of Lex Luthor is a superhero, and he has the war suit.
Yeah, has Lex been called the Man of Tomorrow? I read someone say
he's
that
referred to himself
the world,
as Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, like the world calls Superman Man of Tomorrow. Lex calls himself Man of Tomorrow.
Exactly.
And James Gunn clarified it's not Superman : Man of Tomorrow. He's like, no, it's just Man of Tomorrow, which is also making people think maybe it's about the both of them. And
I think it is.
I think if they team up and defeat, let's say, Brainiac together, maybe the third iteration of whatever this is in the Superman trilogy, if we want to call it that, does Lex run for president based on
I would hope
save the world with Superman? You know, like he could sell the public on, I know the Metropolis incident happened, but I just saved the world.
Yeah, it'd be very similar to when, and I know we don't like talking about it, but in the Secret Invasion of Marvel Comics, when Norman Osborn is the one that kills the lead, the head Skrull, so then everyone's opinion turns on him, and he gets to become the leader of the Avengers. That would be an interesting take, because eventually Lex does have to become president. That's kind of where his arc goes. But everything you're saying is most likely, I think you nailed it on the head. He refers to himself as Man of Tomorrow. The world refers to Superman as Man of Tomorrow.
I'm hoping that, like, I would have loved for them to build the heat up between these two for like another movie, so before the team up. But I hope if they do team up and, you know, Lex does some good stuff at the end, he does the heel move, and like even behind the scenes, he tries to fuck Superman or kill him, and Superman knows he's evil, but everyone else sees him as a hero. Because like I want my Lex to have some heat right now.
Well, it's also like Superman's going to team up with this guy right after he shot his fucking favorite street food vendor right in front of his face. Like, I know Superman sees the light in people like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader almost, but it does seem pretty instant right after he's like, boom, I didn't expect that to be so quick. Walk away from him.
Unless
like, I guess that's Superman.
Unless Lex is the one that like changes his view on Superman. Because like, have you read All-Star Superman, Robbie?
Yeah.
So when Luthor gets Superman's powers for a bit, like he drinks this thing and gets his powers.
Is that the suit?
No, this is like he drinks a liquid and gets Superman's powers. Like he doesn't need the suit, and he can see the world as Superman sees it. So he can see molecules. He can hear everything. He can just, and he's like, oh shit, I get it. Like his eyes are literally opened, and he like has a mental breakdown because he's like, I understand why he does what he does now. And that was like a huge turning
that could be
point.
Cool.
That would be if I could choose, that would be the best.
Yeah,
that's like a suit, like a, because he's like sitting and he's flying around, and then he's like kind of like grasping at nothing. He starts to cry because like the secrets of the universe have been unlocked to him. That would be my choice.
And we're probably getting some kind of team up in this movie too, where it's like, I saw the guy that Aaron Pierre, who's playing Jon Stewart, commented like on the post, yes, indeed. And we're probably going to get Supergirl, you would imagine. Maybe even like a Peacemaker, a Lobo, you throw in like a crazy character. Something tells me Guy Gardner's going to die in the Lantern series. I feel like you get him out of there, make room for the other Lanterns. I don't know.
Well, it's weird that this is all happening because like when it might have been 2023, 2024, there was House of Brainiac, and every character you mentioned is in it. And not only are they in it, they're like main characters. Like Brainiac shows up and he like abducts all of that, like all the Superboy, Supergirl, all of Superman's friends, and then the Zarani, I'd never know how to pronounce Lobo's like people. There's like an army of them invade Earth, and they're like, "You're supposed to be dead. All of you are supposed to be dead." Because Lobo is the last one, right? Yeah. And then Superman has to team up with Lobo and Lex Luthor because this would be a lot to put in the movie like so soon. But like Lex has a daughter, and Brainiac takes his daughter, and then like the three of them need to team up to save the world. Because Brainiac is, and then they tease the Source Gauntlet or Crisis Gauntlet, which I'm like, that's not a thing. Let's figure out what that
Infinity Gauntlet.
So DC, they didn't show it. They just said there's a Source door, which you would assume opens the Source wall, which is the edge of the universe, which is then unlocks all secrets of the multiverse. And then they said, oh, and the Crisis Gauntlet. I'm like, what is that? What is that? They didn't even show it. They just mentioned it. So it was very good. But that was a like Secret Wars, Infinity Wars type like thing. Like that can't be one movie. That has to be like what you build to. But Guy Gardner has to track down Lobo to like figure out what's going on. So like they're
maybe
all
Guy
there.
Lived. Yeah.
Well, Guy Gardner also becomes a Yellow Lantern for a bit too. He gets a yellow ring rather than a green ring. So I don't know if he should die, but he might just lose his memory like he does in the comic books.
Yeah, like are we gonna have 3 Lanterns actively? Like at some point we are. Like currently, I think we're going to. But at some point, you got to whittle that down, right?
Yeah, and Jon Stewart goes evil at some point and retires, and then like technically Kyle Rayner has to show up, and Alan Scott, so there could be 5 Lanterns. It's a whole thing.
So what's the deal with the suit? Because that picture comes out, and Robbie was like, I'm out right now. Can anyone blog this? Ken Jack couldn't blog. And I was like, I'll blog. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at with this picture. By the way, I didn't even know till just now. I looked up Jim Lee. Hand up. Didn't know Jim Lee was Korean. Thought he was just some white guy that looked like me. A skinny white guy. Yeah, the whole time. So lesson learned.
Yeah, he's up. Dude, Clem, I'll ghostwrite for you next time.
Yeah. Well, I was honestly going to text you and be like, "Yo, Jose, can you give me like a background?"
I got you, dog.
But I was looking and like none of the articles were like, a lot of the articles were saying it's probably not going to dive into this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? The people that know will know, and then we'll know with Jose on the goddamn. I plugged the podcast and I was
That's so funny.
Jose will be in here. But again, I'm a Jim Lee guy. This is the reason I got into
comics. Yeah.
So the floor is yours, sir.
The suit, the war suit, has had a few iterations. I'm assuming because we saw it in the Supergirl show and we saw it in Superman and Clark show, but they had that stupid helmet. I like the original iteration because it's not as bulky and it's like very sleek. It's essentially just he becomes Iron Man. He's an evil Iron Man. But there is I am assuming, but there also is an iteration that it's a Kryptonian war suit that is like repurposed to fit Lex Luthor. Because if you read All-Star Superman, not All-Star Superman, For All Seasons by Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb, those suits are essentially what are they called, the Raptors in the Superman movie,
the Fireflies, Raptors, something like that.
The ones in the ones that Superman spins around really fast and knocks them out. Essentially the versions of those things in For All Seasons all wear that suit except they have a helmet, and I am assuming that is like a repurpose. They're going to have like a repurposed Raptor suit that they combine with Kryptonian technology. Because if
maybe combine with like the Hammer of Baravia suit. I was thinking that when I was looking at that, I was like, if you repainted the Hammer of Baravia suit, it's pretty similar.
That's a good shout. I hadn't even thought of that. Because that's very interesting because if you read Death of Superman, when Superman comes back to life, he doesn't have superpowers yet because he's still like absorbing the yellow sun. He is in a Kryptonian war suit, but there's like various versions of it, and this one is huge. It's like a Hulkbuster suit size, but it looks like Luthor's without the helmet. So there's some that Luthor just makes, like a la Iron Man, but there's also versions where it is part Kryptonian. I'm assuming this is because we've wanted this for so long and Luthor is in jail. I'm assuming they're going to combine Luthor tech with Kryptonian tech, or Brainiac allows him to, gives him the technology.
That would be sick. And I looked up production on Superman when it began. It began about a year and 4 months before its release. So Superman was released in July. They started production the previous March. I think if this has a July 9th release date, we could be looking at something similar. Like they might start shooting this movie in March, potentially even sooner if it's a bigger, more extravagant team up movie. The turnaround on the sequel is insane considering James Gunn was also writing Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, directing Peacemaker at the same time, and swears that Peacemaker season 2 is going to directly set up this movie. The sets were literally right next to each other at the same time. That's, I think, how they got Peacemaker to make a little cameo in Superman. I'm sort of expecting either a Superman or Lex cameo in one of the final 3 episodes of Peacemaker, because those are apparently the ones that James Gunn won't even let his publicist watch because they have such crazy spoilers in them.
Wow.
So, like, keep an eye out. Like, there's a chance they fucking are able to bring in Superman or Lex in the most absurd niche spin-off character show you can even have in DC.
I don't we were talking before we recorded this. Like, I never understood why they chose Peacemaker to begin with as a character, but like, God bless, like those comic book sales must be through the roof after these comics come out.
Yeah. Is there even is there an ongoing Peacemaker series? I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
Right now, but was there one even when the Suicide Squad came out? I doubt it.
Nothing that I picked up. And if there was, I missed it. He was always like the Suicide Squad, or when they did the multiverse comic that explained like the 52 worlds. Shoot, I can't even remember. That was
the New 52 thing, or no?
It was like it wasn't in New 50, but 252 or New 52, but it was explaining the 52 worlds. I do not remember. It's somewhere, a multiversity or whatever it's called. Each issue has like a different artist, and they're kind of explaining what goes on. And there's an issue called Pax Americana, which is essentially he's Peacemaker's like trying to save the president, and that's very good. That is a very meta. If you've never read comic books, don't read that first, because that will make you think comic books are. It's so convoluted, it's so meta. And then at the end of it, like, are we the villains? Like actual people?
The readers?
Like, yeah, it's like the author is like it's like, oh, you're wasting your time. But then it's like he looks at the reader, he's like, the comic books are the villains because you're reading it and these are a waste of time. I'm like, what's happening right now? It's so over the top, but it does an excellent job explaining the worlds, but it is absurd.
And we're getting a comic soon. I don't know if is it multiverses or something. They're doing like, I think Scott Snyder's involved, where it's like a DC MMA tournament.
Yeah.
KO.
yeah. That's so. Oh man, when I saw that, like Supergirl has to win. Like just based on the movie coming out, like you would assume.
Yeah, maybe.
Because whenever they do these, like martial art tournament things, like they did one in Batman in like the early 2000s, and Speedy won, who is Green Arrow's sidekick.
Yeah. And
then I remember when they did the Ninja Turtles one. Who's the one with the nunchucks? He's
Michelangelo.
He won, and I was like, why did he win? Like Raphael and Leo should have won. So it's always like the one. It makes sense, but you never pick Supergirl.
When does that come out? Really soon, right? Like
really
this
soon.
Month? Next month?
If not this month, next month, because I'm seeing more and more promo for it. But Supergirl has to win. The movie's coming out. Everyone's going to assume Wonder Woman or Batman or Supergirl would make sense. She has to win just because the movie's coming out.
You got to pick like a dark horse of something, not like a complete dark horse, but someone that doesn't immediately come to mind.
Right.
Speaking of movies, I mean, boys, 2027. Man of Tomorrow, The Batman, Secret Wars, Spider-Verse.
Clayface too, right?
Clayface?
Or is Clayface 2026?
We are. We've been doing these podcasts for a while saying like Marvel might be kind of on a downward turn a little bit, and what's DC going to do? Man, 2027, we are going to be
crazy.
We are going to be eaten. That is going to be a crazy year.
I mean, Robbie was too young for it, but like there was a time before WCW went off the cliff when WCW still was up there, but WWF had already ascended, and it was like, holy shit, we are getting bangers every single week. That feels like 27. This is like the perfect storm.
Yeah. Oh.
I think if Marvel can figure it out, I'm pretty sure DC is going to show up at this point. It's like, I mean, I'm terrified of Doomsday right now. Robbie, I know, is in the same boat, and I imagine you would be in the same boat a little bit too, right, Jose?
Yeah.
You missed a lot of the bad stuff. Luckily, you did not have to watch.
Don't worry. Every time something comes out, I text Robbie, and he's usually positive. So when he's not, I'm like, oh, that must be real bad.
That's all right.
And also, we're not big Lord of the Rings people, but Hunt for Gollum is also coming out that year. Yeah. Star Wars Starfighter with Gosling, Legend of Zelda movie, the new Godzilla Kong, Sonic 4, Frozen 3, Shrek 5, How to Train Your Dragon 2 live action. They're bringing back Ice Age, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem 2, Quiet Place Part 3. 2027 is crazy. And how about this? The Passion of the Christ 2. That's getting a sequel.
The craziest story of all.
Which of those are you most hyped for?
I was going to ask you that. I wanted to know.
Oh, it's Spider-Verse for sure.
Yeah, wow.
Spider-Verse.
Really?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I think mine is Batman Part 2. I think it's I think it's got to be Batman Part 2. I've been waiting so long. Like, and the Penguin was so fucking good that it's got to be that for me.
So I was like so emotionally moved by both Spider-Verse movies. But I was a mess after both of those, so that has to be that one for me. But Batman 2,
I think 1 is like one of the best animated movies ever made.
I think that might be my favorite, and that and Mask of the Phantasm are like 1A, 1B for me.
And shout out to Batman the Animated Series. Today's the 33rd anniversary of the premiere, I believe. So good, so
the best,
goddamn
literally
good.
The best. My favorite TV show of all time.
I said today, most definitive take on Batman ever.
Yes, I could.
And it'll be hard to beat that with how much content there is in that. Like, I mean, every fucking episode, and they're making a Clayface movie based on it now. Like, it's crazy. Just take that as the blueprint.
We wouldn't have Harley Quinn without it, or Lockup, or any of those like characters that they've kind of reimagined. Yeah, all those characters were created. A lot of them were created for the Batman the Animated Series. So yeah, I can't. Everything you said on the head.
Shout out to the animated series. We friggin' love it. All right, Jose. Thank you very much for joining us.
Homie.
We appreciate it as always. And we're going to get on to Peacemaker now, but not before we tell everyone about DraftKings, our favorite. Shout out to DraftKings. Obviously, football's coming back now. Game on. Week 1 starts now. And every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Every touchdown can hit big. Don't just watch the game when you can win with it. DraftKings Sportsbook brings the unmatched intensity of the NFL straight to your fingertips. Whether you're back in the first touchdown scorer, hitting anytime touchdown props, or riding the thrills of live in-game betting, every play is packed with possibilities. And new customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off the NFL Sunday Ticket package from YouTube and YouTube TV. That's a huge, great deal. Huge discount on the Sunday Ticket. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BASEMENT. That's code BASEMENT to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet $5 plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Who do the Packers got week 1?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Lions. That's a banger of a game.
Oh, that's a good game.
That's
Lambeau.
That's
all right. If you want to ride with Jose, obviously you ride with the Packers there.
Micah Parsons.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got him. Yeah, he's out of our division. Thank you,
bro. I was in. This is a funny story. I was in Manchester, and it happened like in the middle of the night over there. And I was like super jet lagged, and I was like, I'm hungry, so I went to I think it's like a kebab shop, which was like across the street, and my phone just started to go ballistic, and I looked down, and it's like Micah Parsons to the Packers, and I'm surrounded by like Englishmen who don't watch NFL, and I just like lost it. And I was like shadow boxing and like just being like Micah Parsons, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I wish I was in America right now. And like, oh, that was great. That was I will never forget that moment of like shadow boxing around a bunch of people that didn't know what was happening.
Did you have any because I followed
actually,
and because I didn't know if you knew that he was obviously potentially out there, that the Packers were kind of dabbling. I thought if that came out of nowhere on you, I wouldn't know how to react. I'd probably fall flat.
I cannot remember who tweeted it, but there was a former Packer player days before tweeted like Micah Parsons ? And I was like, what does that mean? Are we about to get Micah? Then like we gave up nothing. This is the antithesis of the Mookie Betts trade for me. Like I'm like we fleeced.
You got one back.
We got one back. So I'm so happy. I lost my mind that night.
Shadow boxing. I love it.
That's also, I want to, because before I sign, but let you guys do your thing. A few people have tweeted at me, asked me about the Batman reboot that's happening in the comic books right now. So, Robbie, I think you're picking up the Hush 2.
They're doing Hush 2, and Matt Fraction's doing Batman as well.
But because Hush 2 is delayed, so it was Hush 2 was supposed to end, and then Matt Fraction's Batman was supposed to pick up. So that Hush 2 was going to end that run, and then they were restart. But now, since it's so delayed, they're crossed over.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So
that makes my brain hurt just thinking about it.
It's so annoying because I picked up. I'm like, why is this? And then like the guy was explaining to me. So I've had a few people message.
The suit looks sick though. That blue suit, love it.
It's so good.
There it is.
It's so good.
So sick. And I read that every story in his run is going to be kind of self-contained, which I kind of like
so far, so
for
good.
Batman, especially to make it not confusing for like new readers. I feel like that's a very good way of getting new readers in.
The problem is some of the stuff that happens in like the previous run, they talk about it in this, but that previous run technically hasn't ended.
It's like not over. Oh
yeah. So I'm like,
season 2's out before they're ending season
1. Exactly. And I'm just like, this is a nightmare right now because this happened with Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock was so delayed that they just had to say, fuck it. Like, we're not even going to bother. Like, so everything they tried to set up, they were so behind. They were like, fuck it. So I've had a couple of people ask me, you're not crazy. DC is just slow. DC is just very slow right now.
They need to be hit with a Daniel Cormier. John Jones, get your shit together. DC, get your shit together.
Fucking right, dog.
DCU, you're cool. You're cool.
DCU,
DCU, you're doing a great job.
Comic books, get it together because you're great. but you're driving me up a wall.
All right. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate
Peace,
it.
homie. Love you guys.
Best, dude. Love you too, brother.
Love you, Jose. All right. Peacemaker, season 2, episode 3. It was a good one, Clem. It's a fucking good episode this week. Funny, action, a little bit of everything, a little drama, some shocks right off the bat. We got a shock.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers. Peacemaker season 2, episode 3. Spoilers. Spoilers. Hardcore was fucking Rick Flag Jr.
And a taken Rick Flag Jr. And this confirms Enchantress is in the DCU. Which, listen, no, Jose, get your ass back here and tell me who the fuck Enchantress. I had only
Enchantress was in the first Suicide Squad movie.
I didn't want. I remember I got in.
I know.
Suicide Squad.
But like, so weird that they canonized part of that movie, where it's like, I guess they kind of did in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, where you brought back Harley Quinn, you brought back Rick Flag, Boomerang, you brought back Amanda Waller. So it's like, technically, sure, there, but like the confirmation of that and them talking about Enchantress and June, I think her name was, crazy. That blew my mind. But I almost had to pause Peacemaker during the intro because I couldn't get over the fact that they were fucking. Like I was looking at Lady Fox and I was like, they were just fucking. She didn't say that to him. She never told they were fucking. She was like, yeah, I guess so. I was like, no, you don't guess so. This was happening. She was like, yeah, let's keep watching.
What do you think happened in that bed 5 minutes earlier before the cameras went on?
I know. James Gunn also, it feels like he's almost just like flexing his wife on people in that scene.
When she was there, I was like, James just letting it loose. Also, like he's getting her like samples for other people to be like, oh,
yeah,
this girl in the movie. Because I was like, I mean, I said my love of hardcore season 1 before I think I even knew they were at that point. Were they dating or were they already married? I think they had just gotten married, maybe.
I think so. I think they were married.
But yeah, and I'll tell you, Rick Flag, good choice of woman with her. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about Enchantress, who could, go through the center of the world and blow it up or whatever if she found out.
Enchantress is nuts. Cara Delevingne played her. I don't know if you know that actress.
Oh,
like,
I do.
Eyebrows.
That's a good, based on the character, the way they're describing it, I could see her being a good Enchantress. Now, are we thinking this is why Harcourt has her feelings toward Chris? It's like that weird, like this. Is it known that he killed Rick Flag? Like, obviously,
I think so. She works for Argus, so it's like she's got to know that, right? Like, and the way he was about to go off to, was it Corto Maltese or something like that? Mm-hmm. In hours, like the fact that was right before Suicide Squad, everything about that. Yeah, it's like he fucking killed her lover / friend who she was like, oh yeah, he wouldn't like leave June or whatever, but he was thinking about leaving June for everything about that. It broke my brain, Clem. I was she was fucking him.
Robbie just throwing the F. I love it. You are
I couldn't believe it. I was like, she didn't tell Chris that. That's evil.
That's I mean, he knows he killed her boy toy, which by the way, can we bring back lover? I love that. It's such
Lover's
a word
good.
that makes so many people awkward.
I used
to say like, oh no, this is my lover. And I told her like when I'm with my wife or like we're just boyfriend and girlfriend. And I just love lover. It is almost creepier than like fuck buddy. It's like lover. Lover. I think
my lover. Yeah.
But I kind of like hardcore too. She has that glimpse of crazy in her eye. She does
and you talking about James Gunn almost like having like a casting reel for Jennifer Holland in this season. There's 2 versions of her at this point. Where it's like you have the alternate universe version of her, which she plays completely different. When he goes in and he's like, "What's up, Harcourt?" She's like, "What's up, Smith? We doing last names?" Like that was such a good like immediate. Oh yeah, this is a much different person than the Harcourt. A lot
softer
than Jennifer Holland's playing it well. I could buy the 2 characters as 2 different versions of herself, which I think is really cool.
I have to rewatch the opening, the dance open, because I think there's 2. Like I think she's in there, but I think she might have a costume change or something.
She does. I know you mentioned it last week, so I was looking out for it. I think it is the alternate version because one has a dress on and one has kind of like the hardcore we know.
Hardcore, action figure kind of stuff. By the way, James Gunn, I love you. You keep this up though, because there was also like people were like, damn, like she was posing with Cena in the pictures when they were in bed, and he's like shirtless, and I'm starting to think like. James Gunn sits in the little chair at the hotel when he goes. If you know what I mean? No. I don't want to say that about my boy. I don't want to know it's on his film, but like it's starting to feel that way. Hey, to each their own. If that's what you do,
it is. It must be. He's got to be thinking, right? When she lies down next to him in bed and like puts her hand on him, is he thinking like, yeah, I should probably bulk up because the last guy she had her hands on is John Cena.
I mean, we said that season 1, we're like, it must be so tough for him or John Cena. But now it's like Rick Flag. Who's going to be next? It's like Corn Sweat's going to get in there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Tough, man. Tough for Jimmy.
So when Chris Smith wakes up and he's in the alternate universe because he drunk texted her and, you know, he was there last episode. Did you notice the Hanoi Rocks poster above his bed?
So I noticed that, I believe, last episode, that, and then it's pour some honey on me instead of pour some sugar on me.
Yeah. I didn't realize the Hanoi Rocks was 2 X's till this episode. And I was like, oh shit, another like good little swap. He mentions the Kardashians, I think. And Keith is like, who the fuck is the Kardashians? And he's like, what? The Peace Cycle I also loved. When he's like, why don't you just ride the Peace Cycle? He's like, great idea. And he goes and sees how ridiculous and over the top that thing is. I thought that was so good. That conversation even between him and Keith was like handled well, where it's not annoying. You know, sometimes the Groundhog Day type things, why are you acting this way, can get repetitive, annoying. But that conversation I thought was funny.
Because I'm thinking, like, if I end up in a different universe with someone I know or kind of know, I guess, and you have to get out of the house, right? It's like, how do you go? Yeah. Where are the car keys in this house? You can't just get somebody, right? And I'm like, that would be a real pain in the ass. So I loved that. And I said, this was my note, like early in the episode, DC has already handled multiverses better in one episode than Marvel did everywhere else, except for maybe Deadpool and Wolverine, which was kind of cheating. But still, like, they completely botched all this. There's so many just fun things you can do, or cool things you can do, and they're already just knocking it out of the park.
I liked the multiverse in large portions of Multiverse of Madness as well, where it felt like they had more fun with it there than they ever, like, I thought Multiverse of Madness was going to kick open the multiverse for Marvel, and it was going to be, the evil version of Doctor Strange. He rocked when they had the music fight and stuff, the Illuminati. I thought we were getting more of that stuff, and it was really like they opened the door to it, and then they slammed the door on it. We were like, why isn't the door open anymore? It was like weird. It felt like they were trying to, with that movie, be like, this is what this phase is going to be. And then we didn't really get back there until maybe Deadpool and Wolverine.
It's like that's a great way to put it. To be honest, I forgot about Multiverse of Madness, which, considering it's in the title, I probably should have thought of that one first. But it's almost like we were playing Grand Theft Auto. We had the whole map unlocked, and then they just put us back to like level 1 again. And we're like, really?
We lost our cheat codes.
Thing is out there. Yeah, we got.
Where's the cheat codes? I was supposed to have a jetpack and unlimited money by now.
My GTA rule is I cannot use the cheat codes until I beat the game, because once you go cheat codes, you never go back. You know?
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. And beating a GTA campaign feels so fucking good. Beating GTA 5, I was like, I might as well have gotten a college degree.
Who is that? Trevor was the junkie.
Trevor, Michael at the house.
More heartache and heartburn. Yeah. He's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, he was a wild card. Oh, I can't. GTA could be its own podcast. We're going to be playing that in the basement at some point.
When GTA 6 comes out, it will be its own podcast. You're going to be hearing me and Clem talk about that a lot. Then the vigilante scene, the running bit of vigilante loving specific animals that he knows nothing about is really funny to me. Him being like, I love spiders, like that being his deep, dark secret. And then him asking Economos for his friggin' trivia. And he's like, once again, eyes come in pairs. Yeah, definitely. Wrong again. Spiders, I can't get on board with. You know me. Can't get on board with that. But I do love this running bit.
I was like, I thought you were going to be like, I hated this part. I threw up everywhere. I had to like turn it off. It is a funny little quirk, especially knowing your spider thing. But the fact he keeps adding animals to it and he doesn't know a fucking lick about them, it's awesome. By the way, I guessed 8 eyes for tarantulas. Shout out to me for that. That was just a pure guess.
I thought everyone knew that. Isn't it? Don't all spiders have 8 eyes?
They have 8
Or is it
legs.
just 8 legs? I thought they were both.
But then he said 2 eyes. I'm like, that actually might be right. And you know what? Let's go to the Google AI. That's always wrong. See what they say.
Let's go to the always wrong Google AI.
Have 8 eyes. According to the always wrong, no, not all spiders have 8 eyes.
Fair enough.
While most spiders do have 8 eyes, there are exceptions. So, more likely than not. So there you go.
Also, speaking of spiders' weird eyes, in the Alien Earth show, there's this fucking eyeball with like little legs. It's so creepy. And it's like one of the main aliens that's causing havoc in the ship. But this week I realized there's a fucking character in Alien Earth named Clem. I was like, oh
really?
my God, we got a Clem in Andor, a Clem in Alien Earth. Do you have a sci-fi name?
I might have. It's in a commercial too. I was with my buddies and like, this is Clem. Blah 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 blah. It might get play in like the NFL season.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna be getting this all God.
You're gonna be Jake from State Farm all of a sudden.
I will say we don't look alike. He's a little he's darker complexion than I do. We'll just say
Okay.
it's really gross. Is that me? Do I look like that?
We got to do one more ad before we get out of here, and it's a great new sponsor. I'm very excited about this one. It is HEXCLAD. New pans that they sent me. I got a new apartment, and you know, when you move kitchens, sometimes you get rid of old pans. We were thinking, oh, we got to get a whole new set of pans. No. HEXCLAD got us covered. That old pan haunting your kitchen, it's time to give yourself what you really want. HEXCLAD is easy to clean, dishwasher safe, that's the most important part, and simple to wipe clean after use, handles heat up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and HEXCLAD products come with a lifetime warranty. They literally last a lifetime. The patented HEXCLAD design protects against scratches, even when using metal utensils, and Gordon Ramsay himself uses HEXCLAD in his restaurants and his home. He's the toughest critic on the planet. It's the best sign-off you could get right there. And for a limited time only, our listeners get 10% off your order with our exclusive link. Just go to hexclad.com/MMB. Show support for our show by checking them out and visiting hexclad.com/MMB. That is HEXCLAD.com/MMB. Make sure to let them know that we sent you. Bon appetit. Let's eat with HEXCLAD's revolutionary cookware. You gotta love a new set of cookware, new set of pans and pots and whatnot.
So, first of all, out of everything in the house, no room powers the basement more than the kitchen. It honestly might be the only room that powers the basement.
Yes,
is the kitchen. And everyone, go to that site, just put in the link and just browse around. Help the boys out. I think just seeing the traffic, they'll be like, oh, they're going. And if you want to get some, I'll tell you, we got our kitchen redone, and now it's 4 years. I can't believe that. And my thing was new kitchen, everything new plates, new bowls, new cookware.
Feels better.
I just might do a whole new kitchen just to get this HEXCLAD in there.
Yeah, I love that. New kitchen every 4 years for Clem. It's like college.
It's like a president.
Yeah.
Actually, we're about to do new bathrooms in the coming months, and I'm just hoping we don't have another with my in-laws when they're we have the construction episode.
I saw the pictures though. Lady Clem posted pictures. Looks friggin' great. The bathroom looks amazing.
Did it all herself, man. It was incredible.
Wow.
I married someone who's better than me, and now all aspects of life, it turns out. So shout out to me, I guess, for landing her. So good job by me.
Shout out Lady Fox as well. It was her 30th birthday this week. We went to Oasis together, and I had a harsh realization. I was like, fuck, she looks so much better and cooler than me in bucket hats. When we were at Oasis, she threw the bucket hat on. I was like, God damn, I bought myself like 12 bucket hats for this year. She threw one on. I was like, I don't even know if I could wear this next to her. She looks so cool.
Dude, Robbie, I saw a meme and I was going to send it to you. And I was like, I know what I'm taking the wrong way, but it was so funny. It was the dancing and the guy in the corner. It's like, they don't even know. And the guy,
they don't even know I went to Oasis.
And then literally he's like, that's all he literally ever talks about is that he goes to Oasis.
Yeah.
I was like,
trust me, you didn't have to send that to me because all of my friends did. They were like, this is you. I think even Nick Hammy was like, yeah, this is you.
Respectfully, this is you.
Yeah, I wrapped up the 4-show run. I'm done with Oasis shows this year. It was a biblical summer, Clem. Seeing Oasis 4 times. I said my top 5 concerts at this point are like 4 Oasis shows, and then take your pick.
I mean, I like Oasis. I didn't know their like shows could like heal, the
literally world peace
to the blind and stuff like that. It's crazy the reviews from it. I'm gonna have to do it one day just to see what this is all about, because again, music's great, love them. Didn't realize the shows are on that level, but hey, my boy Bob 4 for 4 and Lady Fox again. One of the greatest things about Barstool is you get the hate in the comments, and listen, I wouldn't trade it all. We have all the love from all the people as well, and you get to work in the toy section of life essentially. But you look around, like literally every single one of us has outkicked our coverage. So that just tells you we got good personalities. That's why we got hired here. Literally every single one of us.
Big time. And speaking of people maybe out kicking their coverage, back to Peacemaker, we've got Rick Flag in the alternate universe, who is a complete cock. He is just the worst. When he rolls up to Argus and he's like, I got a personal matter or whatever, and Rick Flag's just like, why? Then he looks up from the desk, he's holding 2 phones, one up to each ear. He's like, what's going on over there? And he's hiding, sneaking around corners. I like that he's in a yellow shirt, almost like the Rick Flag yellow shirt from the Suicide Squad, but it's like a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
I love when they do things like that in like alternate universes. But I couldn't get over what a cock Rick Flag was.
I wouldn't even say cock. I'd say loser. He's a loser.
Yeah, dweeb.
Yeah, and he's clearly like flustered, and I almost feel like it's like I feel bad for him at this point. He's just catching L's. Either he's dead or he's just like a dork. Yeah, getting cucked. There's also a theory about that I'll get to later.
Okay.
I was doing some deep dives on it, and I was like, oh wow. Again, 3 for 3, and this show fucking is awesome. I'm sorry. This show is fucking good. It's so good.
And we have a great Ozzy montage in this episode when Harcourt and Peacemaker go off on their own. That was also, again, tough for Rick Flag when he runs and like trips over the garbage. Garbage goes everywhere. He's picking it up as they're leaving. Great Ozzy montage. I think James Gunn mentioned that there was going to be an Ozzy song in this season, like way before the tribute concert. Before Ozzy's death, which like what a great coincidence. You know, not great coincidence, but it's nice that he's paying tribute to Ozzy by accident, basically. There was also a scene with Adebayo and Harcourt in our normal universe when they're on the roof kind of talking about things. I just wrote, what a great wing woman. The way she's talking about Chris Smith, he's good looking, he's a nice guy, he's this, that. I was like, what a great wing woman. She's just a good friend.
You need a friend like that. You need a friend that tells you your shit stank. You got to tell them, you know, when you're ignoring the nice guy, nice girl, whatever it may be, kind of straightens you out. You need someone like that. And she's pretty awesome. And the funny thing is, you can tell her world isn't all her ducks aren't in a row, right? But
no,
they can still tell you your shit's not in a row, which is what good for probably because she doesn't have a friend to do that for her. So that's why her world's upside down. If Harcourt was more like her, maybe they'd be both happier in life. But she's just that actress too. Orange and the New Black, I think she was in. I was always a fan of her. Like I watched the first couple seasons with my wife. She's awesome.
We get this great montage with the Ozzy stuff, and it ends in a terrorist attack. The Sons of Liberty are coming and attacking government buildings. This time the DMV, the poor DMV workers. I was like, Jesus Christ. We see a Mighty Crabjoys billboard, which I thought was a cool way to loop in the whole universe and get the Mighty Crabjoys back out there. But I thought it was an awesome sequence. Like the action in this scene was really cool with him and the friggin' almost like the Mincy going out shirt. You know when Mincy wears that shirt that looks like a puddle at a gas station? It kind of looked like the Peacemaker version of that. He's killing all the people with creative, like the one person shooting their gun up like that, and they shoot their friend by accident. The pencil, double pencil in the ears, picking them up. That was insane. Keith showing up at the end, destroying the helicopter made me laugh. Just like no regard, boom, right through the helicopter. He's like, oh, you got it covered, pal, whatever. I thought really cool, just action sequence in general. Maybe the best we've gotten this season so far. The Eagly one was cool. The Harcourt one, episode 1 was cool. This one just felt big.
We've had some good sequences. Again, the action's good, the comedy is good, the story's good. It just is like a place I enjoy being. Yeah. And again, I liked season 1 a lot, but like the butterfly stuff was a little too for me. Like it was a little strange, right?
A little sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah, this is much more like grounded, even with the multiverse stuff. First of all, pencils here. We're doing John Wick stuff. What was the go-to pencil for Robbie Fox? There's only one answer.
It was the Dixon Ticonderoga. It had to be.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
And
number 2. Yeah.
Did you ever have someone that had like a number 3 pencil?
I saw number 3 pencils every now and then, and it would like, I'd be like, is that from a different dimension? Are you like, what is that?
That would be great is if those pencils were number 3 pencils that he stuck in the guy's ears and be like, everybody's crazy.
That would be good.
This universe. That would have been good. Speaking of the universe now this is from the deep dive I did. You might know this, you might not. You might, know this world. Do you know the theory about the second dimension, Earth 2?
So I just read this theory.
And I think it's not a theory. It's right.
I think it's dead on. I think they're in a Nazi world. I think they're completely in a. They said, yeah, maybe his dad and his brother aren't racist because there's nobody to be racist to. If you look, it's only white people. And there was a clip of everyone saying, "Oh, Bloodhaven this, Bloodhaven that." Bloodhaven with the fucking umlaut over the U. Are we in Nazi world, Clem? There was even an ashtray someone posted that looked like a fucking swastika.
That was like the final smoke out of the smoking gun. Bob, I can't say I love this universe because you just can't say that. This universe seemed good. It seemed good.
Best dimension ever, he was calling it on the motorcycle with the kid crying and seeing him, the fucking girl flashing him. He's like, best dimension ever. That when the other shoe drops, he's gonna be like, what the fuck?
And there are all the subtle hints, like you said, the Bloodhaven. The Kardashians don't exist. I don't know if it's an anti-Armenian thing because they're not like the pure version or whatever the Nazis would have said, or like Kardashians probably don't get as big if O.J. Simpson's not playing football and Ray J isn't a rapper because there's none of that stuff in this. And again, there's many things on this podcast that we are pro for, and we want Chris to be happy. Number one thing in this podcast, though, anti-Nazi. Keep punching Nazis in the face is like our favorite thing to see.
Yeah.
I can't get behind a universe where the Nazis won and have whitewashed the entire world. That's tough. And then this kind of goes into the Rick Flag thing that I was talking about. Someone said, what if this whole thing, because it's kind of been like, it seems like him and Harcourt, they were flames, and then, she went with Rick Flag. What if Chris, who we know is bisexual in the other universe, is bisexual, and him and Rick Flag had a thing, and she said, you were always curious, she said, about him. And this is awkward for Rick Flag because he loves Chris and they love each other, and Harcourt's like, you want to try some stuff out. And I was like, holy
I didn't see that theory.
I didn't see that. Nazis are not pro-gay as well,
yes.
Which completely blew my mind. Is if we're going to take the Rick Flag side of things, and he's like, his lover just showed up at his job one day, his lover, as he would say.
Wow. I love that. I love all of these theories. Like, I can't wait for the moment where Chris realizes I'm in a fucking Nazi world, which apparently has existed in the comics before. I saw some people posting like screenshots, and I think that's fucking cool. That's a cool, like, alternate, like, oh, everything's amazing here, right? Nothing can go wrong. And then they drop that on you, and you're like, okay, this is the worst dimension of all time.
And they say that might be why he had a pills problem, because he's a good person at heart. He's like, I have to kill all these good people.
And maybe closeted.
Yes, and that as well. And there's also the chance where those guys who bombed the building could be good. I'm not going to say they are good because I don't know all the people.
But yeah, maybe they're fighting against Nazi government. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that either. I was thinking, is there going to be a scene where he's like, and where's Adebayo? And they're like, what?
What?
He's like, where's Adebayo? He's like, oh, who?
I think that might be when the oh shit moment, when everything clicks into place. It's very interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna go. And I saw someone go, what if, like, to end this universe, opens up the door and just lets GI Robot just go to fucking town on everybody. Real action, live action GI Robot.
Oh my god, I need it. We're true detectiving the show now. You're right, about a show.
That was on Reddit.
That is unreal.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. That would be so. And what a great way to, like, he's already got the connection of Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos. It's supposed to be the same fucking Rick Flag Sr., which is funny that this Rick Flag Sr. was just dealing with Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein and Weasel. Like, I love that. I love that theory.
And the white supremacist theory, whatever, they're like, literally when you go through that world, every single extra is white, every single one. And I was like, oh shit. I don't know if I would have noticed anyway. I work at Barstool. There's just white people always around. I'm very used to seeing that. I live in the suburbs up here. That's just what it is. I was also like, I watched during the lightning delay. So that's what I was watching. The Cowboys game. So it's not like I was like a fine tooth comb on everything. I was kind of like checking, making sure the game's going on, yada, yada. So, I mean, Bob, we could, and I would love to have that for the reveal to have happened and not known, but just the fact that this is out there, I'm like, it's just such a good show. You just have to tip your cap.
So good, yeah. And then we end with like a quick scene. The Metropolis incident gets mentioned, which I thought was, Metropolis incident. That's cool. We meet Red Saint Wild. the Eagle Hunter, played by Michael Roker. You know Michael Roker, one of James Gunn's good luck charms, loves using him in all his projects. He was in the Suicide Squad very briefly. He got killed very quickly in the first one, or the James Gunn's movie. And we even get the return of Judo Master real quick at the end, which is great. As soon as that door opens and he sees him just fucking eating his Cheetos or chips or whatever it was so funny. Judo Master's just, he's a real cocksucker. He's just, you see him and you're like, oh my God, this fucking guy.
I love that dude. Throws the fatty at him right off the bat.
Yeah.
Did he switch off of the hot Cheetos, or is he only a flaming hot Cheetos guy?
I think he's a flaming hot Cheetos guy. But yeah, I couldn't quite remember as well. Yeah, he's always got a bag in his hands, which is a funny character trait as well. He's just always munching down on chips, Cheetos.
He rules. But by the way,
and I was gonna say it ends on him coming out, like Peacemaker coming out of the alternate dimension as everyone's closing in on his house. So you know next episode's gonna open with, I would assume, a huge action sequence, unless they're like, let's talk this through.
And that would be kind of the tease that, again, unless they're gonna ramp it up. But like someone said, like the fact that they're going after Eagly, it's like they know how to ramp up things. That's like, don't
you better not kill Eagly. I don't want to see Eagly.
Don't kill Eagly.
I don't want to see Eagly die. I got worried when Jose mentioned Crypto dying in a comic. I don't want to see any of that.
I don't think James Gunn has it in him to kill a bald eagle. I don't think
man. People would say he is the ultimate lib after that.
Yes, exactly. This is a metaphor for it. It would be very crazy. But that guy is like bonkers, that eagle killer. So I'm like, he's not going to be good at his job. He's not a guy.
Red Saint Wild is such a funny name, and he's got the ponytails on the side. In the trailer, we saw like some image of him sitting from behind, where everyone was like, who is this going to be? And he was like sitting like cross-legged by a fire and shirtless. Like, I feel like we're going to have some kind of weird ayahuasca type journey in the next episode.
That would be that's a great call. I would love to see that happen. Tim Meadows, again, does it not on a lot, but what he did, he's like, this guy, you told me it was a duck and you're using my thing against me. It is hilarious. And he goes, but the duck almost killed titties. And I'm like, guy is just batting 1,000.
Did you see the clip of James Gunn talking about the titties? He said he went up to the actress that plays titties. He's like, listen, I'm sorry. I've seen this happen before. Like, you're going to be at a diner and someone's going to come up to you and call you titties. He's like, I'm just going to let you know right now. Like, I apologize. People in real life are going to call you titties. And he said the actress was like, I love it. He said she was all about it, which is so funny. Like, and you know that is going to happen. Like, she's going to be at fucking Comic-Con with a sign that says like, titties from Peacemaker.
Yeah, titties from Peacemaker, 100%. By the way, I almost sent this to you. Did you get an email? I got that on the Comic-Con emails, because when we tried to sign up, they denied you know how mad that makes me. I got an email about a cruise. Did you get one about a cruise?
No.
From Tampa,
the Comic-Con cruise?
Yeah, Comic-Con cruise in Tampa to the Bahamas. Think February of 26th. And I'm like, I would love to go. I was like, these guys wouldn't give us credentials. So maybe, but I also think it's Super Bowl week, so we might have a dozen. But nonetheless,
that is so funny that the nerds are taking Super Bowl week off. They're like, we're going to the Bahamas. Nothing's going on this week.
real quiet February weekend right here.
That's so funny.
There was another thing on Reddit that was theorized that I love. And it's just a very quick thing. It's nothing major like the Nazi world that we might be living in. Someone said, what will Tim Meadows call Hawkgirl? And I was like,
that's great. Yeah. Me and Ken Jack were going back and forth about he said you could make jokes about like Ethan Hawke and Russell Crowe. He's like, you can somehow like make those into a Tim Meadows type joke, because people have been doing memes like that with Tim Meadows and like getting birds wrong. It's already become like a new format. Yeah. The bird blindness been hit hard with everybody.
I don't know how to feed my algorithm stuff that I want. I guess if I search for like Peacemaker and then I click on every Tim Meadows meme at some point,
and make sure you like them. I feel like it's all based on likes.
Yes, that's a good
I think it's based on that, because me and Nate we've talked about it. We have the exact same For You page, because we both like Oasis and wrestling and all that. He'll be like, oh, did you see that video? I've seen it every time. Every time. We have the exact same For You. So I think there's like, they put you in, like, you get put in the Peacemaker slot, the DC slot, the comic slot, whatever it may be, like that.
I used to be like I used to be a like slut on Twitter where I'd like pretty much everything. And then I went to like prude because then your likes started appearing on other people. And I was like, I don't want people following me. So I didn't like anything. And now I kind of just pick and choose my spots. I got to start. Let me tell you what I've also done, Bob. This is my good deed. Sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? I got to go and give some thumbs up on YouTube. And I'll go to the YouTube guys that I like. And I'll go through their videos and just give them thumbs up. Give this one a thumbs up, everybody. Come on.
Give this one a thumbs up. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. If you made it an hour and 15 minutes in, we appreciate you for that retention. And give it a thumbs up because that'll put us in other people's For You pages and whatnot.
What if our hashtag is hashtag thumbs up today? Will we get more Twitter?
Oh, that's good. Yes. Hashtag thumbs up for this episode. That's good. Double thumbs up, maybe 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb. We'll take any thumbs. Okay. Give us your thumbs. All right. That was Peacemaker season 2, episode 3. Shout out to Jose for joining us, doing some good Superman talk. A lot in this episode. It was a loaded episode, but it was a fun time.
I wanted to ask Jose, but I know he hasn't seen it. I got to ask him about this like Nazi world and like what else is
I know.
the reality of it.
I didn't want to like spoil for him because he's never seen Peacemaker. So I really want him to like dive in. I feel like he would love it. But I also I don't want to spoil even like I bet he doesn't even know that the Justice League is at the end of season 1 and then it gets retconned to the Justice Gang at season 2.
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say like asking him to watch season 1 might be maybe I'll just say, dude, just watch the like previously on or like a 5-minute YouTube on season 1, and then season 2 you just hop in and you're just getting.
You could hop in,
and he's a wrestling guy, obviously. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah,
like Cena is. I mean, other than we didn't discuss this, Mr. 15-minute standing ovation Rock. I mean,
I know,
we are the standing ovation watchers at Barstool. That was pretty good. I saw 8 minutes for your boy. What's his name? Not Finn, the other guy. Poe. Poe got a 8 minute Oscar. That's pretty bad. 8 minutes is not a good sign.
yeah.
Quarter of an hour. So
I saw a video of him on the red carpet. I think it was yesterday, and Jason Momoa walks up behind him and slaps his ass. The hardest ass slap you could ever imagine. Like you could hear this thing from here, basically. They were in Venice, I think. Boom! And Oscar Isaac is even like, whoa! Oh! Such a funny video. Really funny. But yeah, I'm excited for that Rock movie, The Smashing Machine. The director's in the office right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Also,
doing Lights, Camera, Barstool.
Rock got skinny. Like that was almost
like 60 pounds. I know. I started to get worried.
Yeah, in his bra, 60 pounds. That's nothing.
That's what they said.
260 pounds. He was made of fucking granite last time I saw him. Wow. Actually, no, he was a little smaller for the what is it? Final Boss Rock.
Yeah, he started slimming down. You could tell, but like that picture of him and Emily Blunt, it was like, oh my God, I hope he's okay. I hope everything's going on. You know, I think he's probably slimming down for just more roles. He's trying to get into this serious actor phase of his life, which, by the way, this is so off topic to throw in at the end of the episode, but you mentioned people we like on YouTube, and you know, one of our favorites here is Heavy Spoilers. I saw he tweeted this morning. Did you see this story that Steven Spielberg wanted to direct the Call of Duty movie, and they said no because he wanted creative control?
What? Like, oh, wait, you'll do the whole creative control? You just won't put your name on this? Like, please do everything. Steven Spielberg could creatively control my life, and I'd be like, whatever. I'll do whatever you tell me.
The fact that Call of Duty, I think he wanted to make a Halo movie back in the day too and couldn't get that started. The fact that Halo and Call of Duty whiffed on Spielberg because he wanted to control it. I tweeted Heavy Spoilers at him. I was like, yeah, it's not like Spielberg has any career in like making war movies, right? He doesn't have any experience in war movies like Saving Private. Oh, wait, he did make Saving Private Ryan. Like, what are we talking about here?
Do you think like they got an email and it was like they didn't read the name right and thought it was just some random unknown guy?
Yeah, someone's catfishing us. No way, that's Spielberg.
Crazy. One thing I had to ask you, and I guess I'll ask the Basement Boys and girls. They can tweet at me if they'd like and just give me a response. How are we feeling about this Paul Thomas Anderson Leo movie? Because that's coming out soon. That's in 20 days. It's 3 weeks.
I think it looks awesome, to be honest. And I'm not like a huge Paul Thomas Anderson guy. Like, I haven't seen a lot of his classics. I know Magnolia is like one of the big ones that a lot of people have been recommending to me post Weapons, because apparently Weapons had a lot of inspiration taken from Magnolia and whatnot. I've only seen a couple, but I think the new one looks great. Like, I'll see the new one in theaters for sure.
So that's the thing. I've only really, I love Boogie Nights. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that was obviously like the one that put him on the map and blew him up, right? But like, I think I saw a little Magnolia. I was like, this just isn't for me. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that he does isn't for me. But this one looks good. I also haven't seen. Have you seen There Will Be Blood?
Yes, I love the first half of it. I don't love the second half of it. It's a very like slow plotting movie. Daniel Day is obviously lights out, amazing in it though.
Yeah, and I love Leo, and it seems like it could be good. It's just I'm feeling pretty good about it, but I'm not going in like, oh, I'm gonna love this, which might be the best way to go into the movie. And then the only other thing I forgot to add during Peacemaker, there was a post-credit scene. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah. With Vigilante takes the fucking, they show him taking the pants off. What's his name? Economos in the tub and like kissing him on the head or something.
I didn't, again, I was doing research before we went live and I was like, oh shit. And I had to go back and watch it. And I'm happy it wasn't important to the plot because that would have been, you know,
I just honestly, I was laying down and I couldn't reach the remote. So I just let the credits play. And then the post-credit scene, I was like, oh. Nice.
When your own laziness actually benefits you, it's one of the greatest feelings.
I was being so lazy. I literally just had to lean up and I was like, oh shit, post-credits. It was the Force. Made me watch that. All right. That was My Mom's Basement for this week. #thumbs up. Thank you to everyone for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.